Alright guys, I figure I'd give you just one last update on the cover. You can see everything's back in place, and I'll show you the anchors once again. It's a temporary fix, so to say. As you can see, my dad and I did get everything back in place. We hammered down some of the bricks and reconnected a lot of the anchors here. Here's the anchor right here that had the piece that was bent out of shape. You can see I kind of gotten it back together. I just had to make it hook onto the spring at least, so at least that's taken care of. And as you can see, the springs here aren't too compressed, so so far it's doing its job. The ultimate test obviously was, you can see we have some remaining snow and stuff on the ground. We had some snow come down, then it changed to rain, so I knew that was going to put a lot of weight on the cover, but the pool water is still nice and high, and as you can see, the cover did just fine. It's currently really cold out. As you can see, some of the water on there is still frozen. It's supposed to be only about like 28 degrees today, so it's definitely below freezing. And I'll just go ahead and show you some of the patio here for a little example or whatever. You can see all of this is still icy, even with the sun shining on it. Go over to the table over here. So yeah, you can see it's a pretty cold day today. So at some point we may have to put some more water in the pool. We can't do that right now though, of course, because I doubt the water in that hose is going to move. But yeah, you can see cover's all back in place, thankfully. And like I said, in the springtime, my dad said we're still going to have the landscaper come here, because you probably can't see it now because of all the snow, but there is still that seam in the brick pattern there, and you can see the skimmer is still a little bit out of alignment. So, but the most important thing is that this is all back together for the winter. It should be fine for the rest of the season. Then in the spring, we will have the landscaper guy come over here and see if he can adjust the brick and everything. The landscaper guy we have is great. He really, you know, stands behind his name, or however you want to call it. He always makes sure everything is done correctly. Now I got to be really careful here because I'm not wearing good shoes for icy conditions. So just take my time here. I'll get you a shot of over here again. You can still see some ripples in the cover, because I think that was just from all the stress that was on it when it got pulled out originally from all that rain. So but yeah, it's back to where it needs to be again, which is great. It's a little windy right now. Hopefully there's not too much noise in the microphone. If there is, I apologize. So yeah, I can't really get that water off of there, because I'm sure the water inside this hose right now is completely frozen. So, but that's okay. We have I think it's Thursday or something. It's supposed to be about like 38 or something. So should be a little bit. Whoops. Should be. See what I mean? Should be a little bit warmer and easier to get all the water off. But yeah, I'll just give you one more shot of all the springs and those loud birds too. Yeah, you can see they're all pretty good. They're not compressed too much, so that they're not being pulled on that much, which is good. You can see again where the ones ripped out, we put it back in for now. And yeah, and just there's the skimmer cap once again. We'll get that taken care of. But the main thing is that everything is back in place for the winter. That's definitely important. And if we happen to have any what do you call it? If we happen to have any major brick project in the spring, maybe I'll see if I can get a video of that for you as well, okay? But as you can see, the important thing is the cover's back together, the pump's back in its normal place, and everything is back together, and it should be good for the winter. Rest of the winter, rather. Well, technically it's not winter yet, but you get the idea. Alright guys, and there you have it. Everything's back to the way it should be, and we shall see what happens in the spring. Alright, so once again guys, take care.